What does the high level elite preparation look like for Taylor Hughes? What does that process look like? And perhaps how can we take your process and how can some leaders and presenters kind of copy it or make it into their own?
Preparation doesn't mean that I stick to what I had planned. Too many speakers, they just think of what they're sharing as this isolated thing, and what makes for great events and impact and lasting conversations is someone who can read the room, walk in where everyone's at, and then say, hey, let's go together to this different place.
Do you have an example of that that would be easy to tell?
The speaker who's on stage goes, you know what, we weren't going to show this till later, but I feel like now's the right time. And they showed a video that was gut-wrenching. I mean, it was powerful. It was really heavy because it was telling the story of someone who didn't have this opportunity and their life was lost. If I just got up and did my funny little bit, it would have been like slamming the brakes on the whole room. And the key to being a great presenter, I think, is knowing, where is this group when I walk into the space? Where do they need to be when I walk out? My job is to gently guide them from where we're at to where we're going. I need to acknowledge the situation that we're in, but I also know that in 3 minutes when I get off stage, they got to go to lunch and they got to not feel horrible all day. I said, wow, it's incredible to hear stories of what people are going through. But I'm so glad that in the midst of really hard challenges, that there are also really beautiful solutions. And can we just thank the team for the work that they're doing to not just recognize and take pity on people, but to have true compassion and to do something to put them in a different situation. So I've just acknowledged the weight of what we just watched, but I've also then put the spotlight on, but hey, there is hope, right? And now everyone's clapping, and it took this moment that could have felt really heavy. You give the audience a release they need to go like, oh my gosh, yes, we're here, we're part of the solution. And then I was able to slowly go out of that into something that was a little more lighthearted, right? Celebratory. That's an example of how you can just read the temperature of the room and then guide people into it.